In Avengers Endgame, it was time to say goodbye. Chris Evans played the MCU hero Captain America as Steve Rogers for 8 years. After his well-deserved retirement, it's now time to carry on the legacy. In the series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Steve's old friend Sam Wilson made his first attempts at wielding the famous shield. But in early 2025, his biggest challenge is about to happen. Captain America 4: Brave New World will be released in theaters. In this video, you can find all the early details about the cast, plot, and production, so you can get an idea of what to expect in the new MCU film. The cast of Captain America 4 is a colorful mix of new and familiar faces, as well as some characters who are celebrating their comeback in the MCU after a long time. The biggest change for fans of Captain America is, of course, the casting of the titular character. This is Anthony Mackie's 8th appearance as Sam Wilson in a Marvel production. In the comics, his character has been the new Captain ever since 2014. With the promotion of Sam Wilson, the position of Falcon has naturally become vacant. This role will now be filled by actor Danny Ramirez. He plays Joaquin Torres, whom we have already met in the series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Also familiar from the Disney Plus production is the retired super soldier Isaiah Bradley, played by Carl Lumbly. Bradley was originally tasked with eliminating the Winter Soldier during the Korean War and is now deeply resentful of his government's actions. There is an exciting new cast for Thunderbolt Ross. Following the passing of actor William Hurt, the role had to be recast. Star Wars and Indiana Jones star Harrison Ford steps in for him. Also, Ross's daughter Betty is back for the first time since The Incredible Hulk. As in 2008, she'll be played by Liv Tyler. The new antagonist also comes from the same movie. With Dr. Samuel Stearns, aka The Leader, we get a villain that probably very few people had on their radar. We recall that at the end of the Hulk film, he came into contact with Banner's blood and his head began to swell. In addition to telepathic abilities, Leader also has robots in the comics that he built himself and that fight on his side. Just like 16 years ago, Stearns is once again played by Tim Blake Nelson. But it looks like Wilson won't have to face the Leader alone. With Sabra, a new superheroine is being introduced, played by Shira Haas. The actress has previously appeared in the miniseries Unorthodox, for example. Bringing Sabra into the MCU has caught the attention of many comic readers because, at least in the comics, she's not only an agent, but also a mutant. Together with the cameo appearance of Charles Xavier in Doctor Strange 2, the mentions of mutations in Ms. Marvel, as well as Wolverine's appearance in Deadpool and Wolverine, the integration of the X-Men into the MCU is thus taken a step further. For quite obvious reasons, Chris Evans is unlikely to make an appearance. However, many fans were disappointed that Bucky Barnes, played by Sebastian Stan, will not be featured in Brave New World. Anthony Mackie has also expressed his disappointment. Fans of the Winter Soldier will therefore probably have to wait until the Marvel movie Thunderbolts, in which Bucky is given a bigger role again. Baron Zemo, played by Daniel Bruhl, has also sadly not made it into the next Captain America movie. Hulk actor Mark Ruffalo has let slip a supposed leak. He announced on camera that his next movie would be Captain America: Brave New World. He later corrected his statement and said that he only meant that the film would be the next MCU movie. However, like his colleague Tom Holland, Ruffalo is known for his habit of spilling the beans. Both the statement and the retraction could, of course, have been purely a PR move by Disney. The fact that the Hulk topic will play a role in Captain America 4 is meanwhile an open secret, and this is not only due to the comeback of no less than 3 characters from the old Hulk film. Comic connoisseurs know, sooner or later, Ross will become the terrifying Red Hulk. Actor Harrison Ford has charmingly dodged the question of an appearance in the new film in several interviews. As is so often the case, though, several toy leaks already suggest that we will actually get to see the Red Giant. Although details about the plot of Brave New World are still limited, there are some clues about the story. Director Julia Zona revealed in an interview with Screen Rant that the film is set to be a paranoid thriller that fits in with the previous Captain America movies, particularly The Winter Soldier. Regarding Captain America himself, the director spoke to IGN about the challenges that await Sam as the new bearer of the shield. Accordingly, Sam will not only have to fight against supervillains, but also against the government, the military, and the public opinion. These statements fit in well with Sam's experiences in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where he was faced with the difficult aspects of American history and the expectations of a black Captain America. Marvel boss Kevin Feige also commented on the plot. He said that the movie will be a comic book adaptation inspired partly by the paranoia cinema of the 1970s. He described the new movie as another fast-paced, relatively grounded action thriller, and noted that there are no aliens. Instead of coming from outer space, the villains seem to come mainly from the political establishment. Either way, one thing is clear. The story takes place after Secret Invasion. After all, Ritson is no longer the President of the United States. He has been succeeded by former General Ross. After the events of Captain America Civil War, Ross had Sam Wilson thrown into prison for violating the Sokovia Accords. It can therefore be assumed that there will be some tension between Wilson and the new US president. Another interesting point is the change of the movie's title. While the original title, New World Order, is often associated with conspiracy theories, Brave New World suggests a positive new beginning. However, it is also reminiscent of the dystopian novel Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, in which the name is to be understood rather ironically. The title can therefore refer equally to Sam's new role as Captain America, as well as to certain political schemes, which are probably not quite as positive as their facade suggests, not to mention the world-changing plans of Villain the Leader. Cinemacon 2024 visitors were already able to enjoy the first teaser for Captain America 4. In it, Sam Wilson rescues President Ross from a group of mind-controlled agents in the White House. Cap engages in hand-to-hand combat, dodges bullets, and does everything in his power to keep the president safe. Wilson also receives a tempting offer from Ross. "I need Captain America to help me rebuild the Avengers," the president explains to the patriotic superhero, an offer that is hard to turn down. Now, of course, the question arises as to whether the movie should be the kickoff for the new Avengers. Some changes may well have been necessary for the repeatedly postponed sequel. After Jonathan Majors was kicked out of the MCU, the future direction of the Avengers movies is once again entirely unclear. After Joe Johnston and the Russo brothers, the latest Captain America movie is being directed by Julius Ona. He previously made a name for himself with the Cloverfield Paradox. The screenplay is the work of Malcolm Spellman and Dalen Moosin, who were both involved in the series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and are thus very well acquainted with the story. In 2023, filming had to be suspended due to the actors and writer strikes. In addition to many other delays, Captain America Brave New World had therefore to be pushed back considerably. The theatrical release is now scheduled for February 14th, 2025. We are eagerly awaiting the first teaser trailer. Subscribe to our channel to make sure not to miss it. And that's all the information we have about Captain America 4 Brave New World. What do you think of Sam Wilson in the iconic role? Does he stand a chance of becoming as popular as Steve Rogers? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you liked the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.